Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn about the how to use Axios in React. So let's start the tutorial. So first of all we need to set up the project. So let's go to the terminal first. Let me go to the terminal and let's check what we have projects or any React.js project. This is my app currently. So we are going to create a new folder, React projects. That's a native projects we have going to with the React projects. So here we are going to this directory. So let's move to the installation process. So first of all you need to add npx create app. So here you need to add the folder, so it will create the react Axios example. Yes. For the time being we are going to the install the react npm Axios react. Okay, so here we are going to use the npm Axios, whether you want to use this Harman 226, so it will not use Axios React, so we are going to use Axios. These much downloads, so we are going to use this, copy this, let's check. It is okay. Let's go to the cd react Axios example. Then we have to install npm install, I guess node modules is installed. Yeah, node modules are there. We have to install the react in npm install Axios. So this will install the Axios module. Okay, after this we have npm start. You can use npm start. So you can see the webpack, so it is showing the react. Okay, this is a fresh installation, you can see. Next we are going to implement the Axios npm. So you can see the best feature. Basically, it is for the calling the REST APIs, right? So it has very much like you can say very useful. Like every project that I am using Axios, none of the other things we are thinking about, because you can see that the number of downloads. So that means it has something very much efficient that the people are using this Axios, right? It has various things that we can say, like it had get request for each and every error handling and everything. It is going to be taken place in the Axios, so we are going to use that word, right? So let's an example is there. Yeah, you can see that for the get API you can use that proper error handling is there, right? Catch function, then function always executed. So this kind of things we don't need to worry about it, so it will handle all the error handling according to it, right? So let's move to the code level. Okay, so first of all make directory to the source components. So basically make it the control C. So here we are going to make direct source components. This is a structure, and components containers. So first of all components like the static pages, you can say we are going to create in the components. So if I go to the project source components, here we need to create the components. So what's the next step? We have to create the class, basically we are working as a class based component, not the function based components. Okay, so be taken care of that. So we are going to create a file over it. So let's go to the terminal. I need to add touch is for basically create a file name dot js. Okay, so we will go and check the js file components where we have made this. I think it is in the root, I guess. We have don't shift the, it is making on the, I don't know where I have created. It is on the root one. Okay, so cd source components. Here we need to add the touch command. Okay, so you can see now person list is there. So I'm going to add the code that we have. So this is by default, you need to add this. Okay, and after this we need to import the react and the axios. That is very important. Okay, so we have import the both the things, right? After this, this is the state. Basically we have to define initially what the state it is carrying any data or it is null. So currently it's empty array, right? In component did mount is the component that where we are when the page is loading. Okay, when you read the life cycle of the react, then first you will see the api call, then it will render whatever it has, right? So it will render this api, that the list of the users, then const response the data, and this dot set the person's data into this array object, and we will map that person's array, and we will get the keys person id and person name. Let's see what the data they are going to add, or we are getting a response from this api. So how to use this one, you can see that if you go to this one, axios get, then response, then console and catch, right? You can see, then can also handle it with the catch one also. So let's take an example of, if you want to, then you can use the full-fledged this one, axios get, and then function always executed if there is error dot then function. Okay, these are the functions that we can use. You can see the simple api const the exio await get this one api, and then catch this error. You can also do the same one, right? Try and the catch. Okay, so here we can see that we can hit the api first, then we will get the response. So you can console.log the response here, what's it's returning, response, right? So let's check. First of all, then we have to include this persons list in the app.jsx. So without this, it cannot be loaded. So let's go to the source and app.js. Okay, so here we need to clean all this header. We have anchor class rad. This we can function app. We can return. We can erase all these things. We don't require it. Okay, and we can use this simple return div class name app.js div class name persons list. Here we need to import this. Import, let's open it in a vs code. It has inbuilt feature vs code. Okay, so open the project file, open folder. We have react projects, we have react axios example. Now I'm going to open it. Okay, so it's open source app.js. So I'm going to import this. Let's save it because it's not saved. So all right, let me save this. Let me open this. Okay, so here we can import, it will automatically import, and person list, person list, source app.js. Then we have moved to the import person list from source components. then person list. Okay, so you can see the person list is added over here. Let's npm start it. Move to the first source. Npm start. So you can see that all the data is fetching over here. Let's put the console react dom render. That what object we are getting? We are getting the config. Data is data. There is an array. There is name and username. Okay, we can also console the username also. So you can print the username also here. So if I go to the components person list, so it is set that person's data. So you can also here add some space and the data. You can say username equals, here you need to add the basis, and person dot you can add username username. Okay, let's save it and run it. Username is Brett Anthony. You can see that Brett Anthony, all these stuffs. Okay, so this is how we can fetch the data with the help of the Axios. So you can play with the JSON placeholder data. So it is just basically a fake, you can say API you can use, right? So that you see the to dos, you can get that array when to use posts. We have 100 posts, comments, albums, photos, to dos, users. Okay, so this kind of APIs we are going to use that. If you want to use the post one, so it has the full-fledged post data, so that you can use that API. If I go and copy this API, I'm going to use this API. I can also use that. Just you need to, this is basically a get API. So you need to copy this, paste this. All the data is saved in the person's object, and in person object, what we have to take in place, we have the use ID, title, and the body. So here we have to ID. Here you need to put the title, and here you need to put body. Save it, run it. You can see that all the data is fetching according to it, right? And this is how we can utilize any kind of APIs, whether it is post, get, delete, put. So all this kind of Axios API, we are going to use it and get the data accordingly. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of the Axios, and it is well was used most of the developers, right? So I think it's the best option to use the Axios, right? Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day. Please do like, share, and comment, and we will continue with the, like, how we are building the structures, like the main boilerplate structure of the react and the node mon stack with the type orm. So we will all discuss later videos. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.